Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Good morning. Today I want to try a couple of new products on my face, something that has been released. One has been released like a few weeks ago and one is brand new, and I actually was able to grab it. The brand released some of the shades, and then I also want to give you a review of some of the products that I have been using that I showed on my channel before, but I haven't come back and given you like a review on it. So I already have my foundation and my concealer on just to speed things up a little bit, and my brows. I'm using the Maybelline Superstay 30 hour liquid matte foundation, and this is like a Lumi matte, and to me it's more like I don't know, almost like a satin finish. It's not really matte, but it's not super glowy. I really do enjoy this foundation. This is one that after a few minutes it sets and you really don't even have to powder it. I usually do powder my T-zone, but this is a really nice one. It lasts all day and it looks beautiful. I really do enjoy it. I've used it many times since I purchased it, so I feel pretty comfortable letting you know that this is a good one. Now it does have denatured alcohol, which if you have dry skin, I don't know how that's gonna react with your skin. I'm 69 years old. I have normal skin, a little oily on the T-zone when it gets hot, but pretty much normal, and it just looks fine during the day. By the end of the day, my face looks a little more glowy, but it doesn't look oily or uncomfortable. It's not heavy on the skin. I feel like it just feels like I don't have anything on. It's very nice. It only takes one pump to do your entire face, and it does a pretty good job of covering my hyperpigmentation. And the concealer that I have is the Tarte Creaseless Creamy Concealer. This is a really nice concealer. I have been suffering, I told you guys, of dry under eyes, and this one does a pretty good job. So I like this one. This is one of the ones that I have really been using lately because I really don't have to worry about it looking like a road map under my eyes. Really enjoy that. The primer that I'm using today is a CLARABEAUTY So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. This is so good. This is similar to the what is it, the No Blur primer by Huda Beauty, the one that she released recently with the foundation. This one smells like orange. It smells amazing, but it's a really good primer. So if you have this one, you don't need the Huda, and vice versa, but they're similar, but very nice. And this is clean blurring with collagen peptides. So I like the fact that it has peptides. The collagen, we all know that topical collagen is not going to do anything for your skin. And then I have my brows. I have the NYX Professional Powder Louder Pencil and the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. And these are both nice. I like them. I definitely love the NYX. The only thing is I feel like I have to sharpen it a lot because the tip gets a little dull and then it's kind of hard to do like hair strokes. But I do enjoy it. I like it more like not the very front of my brow, but like the rest of my brow, because I don't have to be as precise. We're going to do a few new products. So the first one that I'm going to be using is going to be the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Contour Liquid Contour. And I got mine in the lightest shade that there is, and it's Mellow. And let me tell you a little bit about it. Soft Pinch Liquid Blush, but make it contour. We took the same airy blendable goodness that you love so much and put it into an easy to use liquid contour. Instantly enhance, add dimension, and play up your favorite features with a look of real shadow. The results, a naturally sculpted look that's never muddy, cakey, patchy, or greasy. The buildable streak-free formula blends evenly and seamlessly, layering beautifully under and over makeup. Packed with long-lasting pigments for all-day wear that won't fade, one that really goes a long way. And it comes in 7 different shades, from fair to deep. So I think that's nice, and that's one thing about Rare Beauty. I really think that she tries to keep her makeup very inclusive, so that regardless of your skin tone, you're able to wear her products. She released these like a few weeks back, and you get 0.503 fluid ounces, a good size. Her products, you only need a little bit. And she says you can do, I'm going to do like a dot on one side, and then I'm going to do like, put it on the back of my hand with the other one to see which one I like better. So I'm going to use this brush right here. So that did fine. It did. Sometimes when you apply liquid products to your cheek, wherever you put the dot, you can actually see the dot. And with this one, you can't. So that's really, really nice. So let's put a little bit on the forehead. Just a tiny bit. Her stuff is very, very pigmented. You really do not need a lot. Her blushes are crazy pigmented. You really can't see that much. You can see that a little better. I like contours that are like neutral. I don't like them when they have a lot of gray, because then I feel that it looks muddy on me and it just looks like I've been playing in the dirt. With the dots, since it worked fine. But as you can see, you need very little. So I think that looks really nice. I like it. Very easy to blend. It's the same as her blushes. Her blushes are amazing, and all you need is just a tiny bit. So again, this is the lighter shade that she has, Mellow. And I liked also the fact that her makeup is almost drugstore prices, because drugstore prices are climbing up there. She's kept her prices the same. And I feel that her prices for the amount of product that you receive and the quality of the product they're very reasonable. Okay, so next we're going to try one of her new blushes. And this is a cushiony cream to powder blush that glides into skin for a weightless wash of velvety, long-lasting color. Bouncy, buildable putty, blends like cream, blurs like powder. You have to feel it to believe it. Gives cheek an airy, cloud-like flush that looks like a dream, with the most weightless, natural matte finish that won't settle into creases, emphasize skin texture, or dry out. Easy to apply and layer. Wear it bright and bold, or blend it for a softer effect. Water, sweat, and humidity resistant for serious staying power that won't transfer or smudge. Enriched with cacao seed and a nourishing blend of pomegranate, papaya seed, and rosehip oils to keep skin hydrated. And this also comes in 7 shades. The shade that I chose is Truth. I didn't want something that was really light, because I feel like if you go with a darker blush, you can go clown chic like I usually do. No, it's easier to go. No, if you go really light, that's all you get. But if you get something that's a little more pigmented, you can go light or you can build it up. So this is the packaging, and the only thing, to tell you the truth, the packaging is not very impressive. It almost feels like a Milani kind of packaging or a Moira kind of packaging. You know, it's not magnetic or anything. It clicks down. It doesn't have a mirror. It's just plastic. But maybe she's doing it to keep her prices down, and what counts is what's inside, and as long as it seals the product so that it doesn't dry out, I guess that's the important thing. But yeah, the plastic, it doesn't feel very luxurious. This is plastic, but this feels like her blushes, and the packaging is pretty. Again, it's not expensive packaging, but it's just her normal packaging. This just feels like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel very luxurious. But anyways, this is the shade. I'm gonna swatch this for you, and let me swatch the contour on my hand. Okay, this is the contour and this is the blush. And again, the shade is Truth. And I love the names that she uses for her products. So I'm going to try to use this one. This is a REPHR Brushes 4. I'm going to look in the mirror and just grab a little bit and see how this does. Oh. And I have the pores, so I'll let you know if it accentuates them. So far, I mean, I don't feel like it accentuates the pores, and I have like a little bit of texture back here. I need to exfoliate, but I think that's a pretty color. Very pretty. It's like a plummy. So that's all I'm gonna do for the blush, promise. Okay, then I'm trying out the new About Face powder, and this comes in different shades. It is called the Curtain Call, And this is in the shade Bow, B-O-W, and this is like, I think, the lightest shade. I try to grab something that it was more like translucent. Sometimes if I choose light, it kind of adds color to my makeup, and I really like a powder that does not do that. I'm gonna grab this brush by BK Beauty. This is a 108, and I'm gonna grab just a little bit of this. I'm gonna really take as much as I can out, and I'm just going to powder my T-zone. And I want to see if this is blurring. I always like to try to put a little bit, if the powder is blurring, a little bit like right here where my pores are, to see if they blur a little bit. And then this area is the one that gets like a little oily and shiny. Whatever's left on here, I'm trying to put like just a tiny bit, like right underneath. I'm not really pressing like on my actual lid. I'm just going like underneath my lash line to see if that keeps my mascara from smudging. Because I use a lot of serums and eye creams, and I think that that kind of makes the mascara smudge a little bit. So I mean, I didn't wear a lot of this because this foundation, really, you don't need it. It's like self-setting. So I have to get back to you on that powder. I feel like I really blurred the pores on my forehead. I didn't put a lot here, so yeah, I think it looks fine. I mean, I can definitely see the pores on my forehead, that those were blurred. I put very little on my cheeks, so you really can't have a brush hair on my face. So I really can't tell how blurring it is, but on my forehead I can definitely tell that I blurred the forehead. Alright, for my eyes, I'm just going to use, one of the Lisa Eldridge matte eyeshadows. These are called the Liquid Silk Liquid Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Phoebe. And guys, these are so good. I don't have any eye primer on. You don't need eye primer for these. You can actually use these as a base, like for an eye primer. Or when I went to Spain, I took two of the shades, the two lightest shades. Well, I took this one and the one that has like a little bit of like a lavender or purple in it. But it's light, it's not dark. And that's all I used when I was in Spain. I did not use any other eyeshadow. I thought this was such a great one and done shadow. I loved it. Once they dry, they don't go anywhere. And you can spread it with your finger, blend it with your finger, but I prefer to use a brush. So I just use like any brush. You can use a fluffy brush and just go around the edge, or a brush like this, whatever you prefer. Whatever you feel more comfortable using. But these are so good. They don't go anywhere. They feel, sometimes when I use a cream eyeshadow, I can feel it on my lids. And with these, you don't feel anything. They're just beautiful. A more affordable option will be your Hard Candy. They also have really beautiful liquid eyeshadows. I have shown them on a video before. And they're really nice. I'm going to lighten this up a little bit on my inner corner here. And they're really beautiful. They don't have as many choices in the light. They have like some really bright shades, but they have like 2 or 3 shades that I like. One is similar to this one right here, maybe a little lighter. And then they have like a chocolate brown one that is really pretty. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my Wet n Wild Brulee, and I'm just going to use it on my brow bone. Yeah, this is going to be a real simple look today. Alright, for my mascara, I want to use this one from Wet n Wild, this So Define mascara. And I've heard several creators say what a wonderful mascara this is. So this is what the wand looks like. It's a plastic wand or silicone wand. So we'll see what this does. I believe this is the one that Emily Noel says is amazing. This is very inexpensive. It's like $5. It's doing a great job of separating my lashes. So that's one light coat. I didn't go over it too many times. Now this is the kind of brush you have to be careful you don't stab yourself in the eyeball, because this is very spiky. I can feel it on my lash line. So I got some of my eyelid already. So yeah, you just have to be careful. It doesn't feel like it's a very wet formula, which I almost prefer. Not totally dry. Some mascaras are too dry and then you go through them really quickly. But I don't like super wet formulas either, because they're so messy. They kind of like splatter all over your face as you're putting it on, and I don't enjoy that. So this one feels more like creamy on the drier side. It doesn't feel very wet. So let me finish my lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is 2 coats and I think it looks pretty nice. My lashes are very separated. I do have a little bit of volume, a little bit of length. I don't know. Right now, they look fine. Is it my favorite mascara so far? No, but maybe after it's been open for a little bit, it'll be better. I'm going to use the e.l.f. lash extender on my lower lash line. If I am going to, you know, someplace that I want a little more glam, this is now the mascara that I would choose, the Wet n Wild. At least not yet. I'll keep trying it and see if it gets better with age. Like I said, it's not bad for the first day I use it, but it's just, I just don't think that it's that earth-shattering. Alright, so let me see if I can remove, I'm going to use a spoolie. I usually bring with me a clean spoolie. Just in case I do this, I can take it off. If you let mascara dry, it flakes right off. Alright, so this is all I'm doing for the eyes, because I wanted you to be able to see the mascara really well. So I didn't want to put a lot of shadows on my eyes. So I like that. Alright, and then the last thing I'm going to use, I want to try this one. I showed it to you guys when I did the Ulta haul on my January budget purchases. And this is something that I purchased in January with Ulta points. So I'm going to use this lip liner from Moira. This is in the shade Statement. Will I blur this a little bit? And this is a L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluronic Lip Oil. It's really, really nice. This is in number shade 109. And I've tried this several times. I like it. Now, if you don't like plumping lip products, don't get this. I don't think it's that bad, and it's more of the minty plumping than like the cinnamon or the pepper plumping. But you can still feel it. This is a beautiful color. It looks really pretty with the lip liner. I'll show you the shade of the lip liner. This is the gloss. That's the lip liner. I don't think it's bad. I would say the worst one that I've tried is the NYX Duck Plumping Duck, whatever. I think it's Duck Plumping. Okay, that one is serious. And that one I can feel the burning for like 45 minutes after I applied it, which I think is absolutely crazy. The most mild one that I've used is probably the Lawless. This one is probably, so let's say Lawless is 1 and the NYX Duck Plump is 10. This is probably at about a 4. But I know some people are very, very sensitive and they will probably think this hurts. I don't think it hurts, but you can definitely feel it. It's more of the minty than the hot. So for highlighter today, I'm going to use a L'Oreal Luminous Glass highlighter stick. You don't need to actually apply it on your, you can just go straight in, because this is like very balmy, and this is a good substitute for the Merit highlighter stick. It's the same kind of formula. It's like a balm, and it just gives you like a beautiful glow from within, as you can see. Here it is right here. There's no shimmer, there's no glitter. It's just a beautiful, soft, balmy look. It doesn't accentuate texture. It's just very, very pretty. I really do enjoy this. This is beautiful. This is what I wanted the Chanel one to be. And unfortunately it wasn't. The Chanel one had glitter. So I have mine in the shade 620 Glassy Pink Ballet. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you've been wanting to try the Merit, try this. And I will link everything below. I think the highlighter is absolutely beautiful. It is very mature skin friendly, because again, it doesn't accentuate any kind of texture that you would have. And I normally only wear highlight like on my cheeks. Some people put it like over their brow bone, on their nose and stuff like that. I don't. I usually just wear a little bit there. But it's really, really beautiful. I like the blush. I think it's very pretty. It went on very easily. It blended really, really nice. It still feels a little bit tacky. And it's supposed to be cream and blurs like a powder. Okay, blurs like a powder. It's not cream to powder. But it is pretty. I don't think it accentuated my pores. My pores are there, you know, but it doesn't make them look any bigger. Definitely like the liquid contour. I think it looks very nice. It doesn't look dirty on my face. This is my foundation brush. It looks really pretty. I like it. It's not too much. It's not too dark. It doesn't look muddy or dirty. I think it's a good, really good, nice, cooler tone shade. Beautiful. This foundation is really, really nice. Like, again, I've used it many, many times. I think it's really beautiful and I really like it. I really like this. And now, see, I've already had it on for like 2 or 3 minutes. And it doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel tingly anymore. So that's what I'm saying. It's not uncomfortable at all. Take into account that I love the ones that hurt. So, you know, this one is pretty mild to me. But they have beautiful shades, and I think that this one is a really pretty one. Again, this is in 601. Worth it. That's what it says. Worth it. Now L'Oreal is doing the same as Charlotte Tilbury. Everything is worth it. Worth it. Medium, regular, worth it. Okay, but anyway, this is worth it because it's really pretty. What else? The powder. I mean, I really can't tell too much today. It seemed to have blurred my forehead. But I have to try it a little more to see how it looks, to see how it acts. Let's put a little, even though I don't need it, I'm going to put a little more on my face just to see how it looks on, you know, the rest of my face. So I can maybe leave a pinned comment as to, you know, if it looked cakey, if it looked powdery. Right now it doesn't look powdery, and I'm not going to put a setting spray on it. And I don't use a lot of powder, regardless of how blurry the powder is. I just use a little bit. I don't like to put a lot on. I think that the less product you can pile on your face, especially as we get older, the better. But I did put a little bit on, and yeah, it feels, my foundation, to me, some people it dries on them really quick. Maybe it's because of the skincare I use. It takes a little bit, maybe half an hour for this to totally dry down and not feel sticky on my face anymore. But eventually it does dry down and it doesn't feel sticky. So with the powder definitely helped. It feels less sticky now. But anyway, yeah, so this is my completed look. So let me know what you think. Have you seen these blushes? They still are not released. Like I said, she released, and I got it like in 2 days. I couldn't believe it. Selena on Rare Beauty, she released 4 shades on her website. But like at Sephora, they have not been released yet. But this is really pretty. I like it. I think it looks nice. A little went a long way. It blended really nicely. And I like it. Yep. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. If I don't see you again before Valentine's Day, have an amazing Valentine's, whether you celebrate it or not, or Galentine's. Or hey, spoil yourself. Do a spa day. If you work, when you get home, take your makeup off. Do a mask, under eye patches, and then a nice massage on your face, skincare, spray a little bit of perfume on. Just enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. We don't need someone else in our life to take care of us. We can do this ourselves, okay? So whether you have a significant other or not, have an amazing day. My husband and I normally don't go out. We did it like the first couple of years we were married, and it was crazy, okay? Anywhere you go, you either have to make reservations 3 months ahead of time, or you have to stand, wait for 2 hours. So we don't do that. To begin with, okay, Valentine's Day is not a day. Okay, you are supposed to love each other, be good to each other, and do things for each other. Yeah, every day, not just on February 14th. So we really don't do it. Usually what we do is like the day before, we may go for a nice lunch somewhere, but we do that often. So it's not like, for a special occasion. Supposed to be good to each other all the time, not just one day. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.